Hello, twisted humans.
Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting?
Then this is the podcast for you. I'm Alecia.
And I'm Sierra, and this is Twisted and Uncorked.
Hello and welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast. This is Twisted and Uncorked Spooky Edition, Halloween Edition, and it's episode 215. And today's costumes pair well with our episodes and our drink. But before I reveal to you, I have a little teaser for you. Imagine having a partner, not human, but spectral. Someone who walks with you, speaks to you, sometimes even through you, and claims to protect you. What do you do when your partner is a ghost? Our theme today is ghosts. So we are going to reveal our costumes here in 3, 2, 1.
I can't see unless I flap my little guys up, though. My eye flaps.
I'm screaming.
Oh, I love yours. You went with 20s.
I'm a dead flapper. I died a horrible tragedy. I tried to make it look like I had been crying. But it didn't work as well as I wanted it to with the combination of this white body paint all over me.
Yeah.
And Alexis gave me her costume that she wore to my birthday. So I have a red one now too. So it's like a lady in red, dead jazz singer.
Yeah.
I cannot even begin to start with how funny yours is. And also, how did you take a photo?
I took many and kept checking, like, oh, did that one work? Did that one work?
Yeah. And just hoped for the best. Oh my God, that's so funny. I look terrifying. I should have figured this out from when I did Jigsaw last year, but you know, that's where we're at.
I cut a teeny tiny hole somewhere. There it is for my straw.
I hope you have a photo with your straw poking through it.
I don't, but oops. I can probably get one.
To take one now.
My eyes fell down.
That's hilarious. Sierra, do you want to explain your costume to people that aren't watching on YouTube?
So I have this sheet. It's, a full, I don't know, probably full-size mattress sheet. But then I have just this little thin thing over top of my head, white, so it's like a sheet ghost-esque. But I didn't want it to move around, so I put a hat on with it. This is a ghost hunting hat, which is also funny. And then I needed some black, dark eyes for my sheet ghost. So I took Samson's eyes and I tucked them up under the hat. But I can't see when they're there, so I got to flap them back up so there's holes in the sheet mask. And yeah, I'm a sheet ghost.
That's hilarious. I'm like, you could be a sheet ghost, or you could just say you're Samson for Halloween, whatever the fuck you want. I dressed up as Samson.
I am a sheet ghost who really wants to be hunted by Project Fear.
Right? Come at me, Project Fear. Let's go. That's so funny. Well, if you're not watching this on YouTube, you should, because I basically painted most of myself white for this, and I ran out like by close to my elbows. So if you don't see a lot of my hands this recording, I'm trying to maintain the illusion. Oh. And it's a good thing Sierra doesn't have to read today, because
it's really
would have
difficult.
been a disaster.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to dive right into today's episode. But first, Sierra, do you have a fun fact for us?
I do. My fun fact is about laundry, because I'm a sheet ghost. My phone does not recognize my face, probably because it's not there. My fun fact is that astronauts on the International Space Station eject their dirty garments out into the atmosphere, where they are incinerated into dust, so they don't have to do laundry.
I mean, if I didn't feel some sort of attachment to most of my clothes, I would love this as a theory.
Because they live on the International Space Station and they're saying garments, I am assuming this is dirty underwear.
real gross. But I'm happy to know that it gets incinerated because can you imagine if you got to go to space for the first time and you're just floating around and enjoying the view and a pair of fucking dirty undies come by? You're so mad.
Well, it's being incinerated once it hits the atmosphere, and so I think that means that it is raining dirty underwear on Earth. Right?
Oh, no.
Don't eat the snow, guys.
I hate that. And I don't even know how to follow that with a fun fact, especially because I just closed my fun facts. So give me 1 second while I refine that. My fun fact is ghost related and maybe a little bit targeting of Sierra, but it is that the first ghost hunting show was In Search of, hosted by Leonard Nimoy in 1977. But I saw Leonard Nimoy and I immediately got excited because somehow things always go back to Sheldon Cooper and The Big Bang Theory. So
Yeah.
if it's not Gilmore Girls or Friends, it's The Big Bang Theory and Project Fear. Really, that's where
That's where we live.
our conversations tend to live. Which is why I was so interested in my episode today. But before we get into that, we've got to talk about more ghosts because I've got ghosts on my cup and ghosts in my cup.
Do you have a stencil-y guy?
No, I definitely did that by hand.
Yeah, mine I did by hand too, except they turned out a lot shittier. That one's missing a head. Oh wait, no, it's just sideways. Hang on, there it is. He's there. He's not that bad, I guess. I didn't give him eyes.
Oh, you did it like the recipe that I sent you. Okay. So for context, because this is mostly a podcast, we are drinking Halloween sangria is what the recipe called it. Our apple slices are little ghosts. My apple slices look like they're floating on top of an orange slice buoy in a sea of red, but that's fine. It's still very cute, and it was a lot of fun to do and involved a lot of cursing. So I will tell you what the recipe actually called for, and then I will tell you. Actually, I will not tell you what the recipe actually called for because I do not have my phone here. But from memory, it was lemon juice, red wine of choice, blood orange slices, pomegranate seeds, apple slices cut like little ghosts. And you can top with a blood orange soda or pomegranate soda. It recommended. You could do a bubbly of your favorite choice if you wanted. You could go full old school trash like me and do a flavored White Claw, which is what I did. And yeah, it's just like filled with fall flavors. And you can do simple syrup. I just did lemonade in mine, so I didn't need any simple syrup instead of lemon juice. And that's what we're rocking. I am drinking a bottle of Pinot Noir that my parents left here from Canadian Thanksgiving. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Nice.
And I mix that with the blood orange White Claw and my apple slices and my blood orange slices. And it's really, really tasty. I had to cheat and use pomegranate juice because I couldn't find any pomegranate seeds that I like the look of. All of the cups looked really sad at the bottom at the grocery store. So
yeah,
that is what I opted to do, but it's tasty.
I kind of just did what I could in the house because I didn't go to the grocery store for this. So mine is tart cherry juice. I did have apples. I have regular oranges. Lemon juice. What else is in there? Oh, I didn't have what was it? Blackberries. So I put raspberries, and I didn't have pomegranates, so I put black cherries. I know they're not the same, but whatever. And then
we're all about creative expression these days on the show, so whatever works.
I topped it with coconut water. So
ooh,
there we go.
So it's a little bit hydrating. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I figured you were gonna go tart cherry juice or that calm stuff that you have.
Yeah.
That kind of tastes like red wine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in my hair. Oh. Also, fun fact in itself is this particular brand of white body paint smells terrible.
Oh, great.
And I'm like, oh, great.
So you smell good too.
Awful. Yeah, well, I smell like a corpse. There you go. It
Yeah.
works. Because ghosts don't really smell. Actually, no, that's not true. We've covered paranormal places that emit
They have a smell.
smells.
Sulfur.
Yeah. If you're going demon like, which transitions nicely into this episode. So we will get right into it. I'm gonna let Sierra attempt to have a sip of her sangria through her little mouth hole, and we will get right into this episode. Today's story could be considered unsolved. It could also be considered a haunted episode. I will say that it is a little bit different than any other episode that we have covered. No, this is not a ghost partnership like Sierra shared in episode 153 on our ghost wedding. But today our story surrounds a man named Don Phillips, a paranormal investigator who claims he's accompanied by a spirit named Becky. Becky?
Sorry.
No,
Did you say
you're
the
good.
name of the paranormal investigator?
Don Phillips.
Don Phillips. Okay.
Does this sound familiar to you at all?
No, not yet.
Okay. So, Becky supposedly communicates with him, guides investigations, and intervenes in hauntings, protecting Don at times. Don didn't always have Becky as his paranormal partner, but he sure is thankful for her. But first, let's talk a little bit about Don. He seemed to have had a gift at a young age, being able to communicate with spirits as early as 7 years old. He also claimed to sense certain energies. Thus, he always carried an interest with him. But instead of hosting a podcast like some of us do, Don became a full-on paranormal investigator after graduating from college.
College? What do you go to college for?
He had a solid backup plan, taking
Okay.
accounting and computer science at Sulgrave College in England.
Wow.
He also had a daughter, Emma, with his first wife, who is a bit of a badass of herself, having recently graduated in neuroscience. And he got married later in life in 2022 to Patty Cool, who now goes by Patty Cool Phillips, which I think is a really awesome name in itself.
Yeah. Why did
So-
the neuroscientist and him get divorced? Is it because she thought that the ghost was only in his head?
No, his daughter's a neuroscientist. I don't know what his first wife did. I
cool.
worded that strangely, but it was hard to find really anything on Don other than that. He really doesn't talk about himself on his channel
Yeah.
or in any of his videos. But his style of communicating with spirits is really unique given his abilities. He talks to them just like he would anybody else. He relates with them at a personal level, depending on what comes through, often drawing on his own experiences that he's had in his life. And it's extra strong because Don lived a whole ass life before he started paranormal investigating. But he genuinely seems to care about the live humans that he works with and the spirits that he's helping move on or connecting with in famously haunted places. Over his career, Don has been taken to hundreds of haunted locations, but none quite the case of Gaynor Isid, whose home in Leicester was plagued by disembodied voices, moving objects, and paranormal threats.
What country is this?
This is England right
Okay.
now. During his investigation, Don sensed a very dark spirit and moved his investigation to the basement, where he started to sense something a little lighter, and a different spirit came through on his voice recorder. The voice was feminine, and the spirit claimed that her name was Becky.
Oh gosh.
She said that she wanted to help Don and protect him during the investigation. Now, the Isid household was calm and quiet after the work that Don and Becky did, and this was in August of 2011. Becky was thrilled to help and agreed to help Don with future investigations. And Don had already built a following and reputation in the paranormal world, so it's not like Becky was fabricated to assist in helping advance his career in any way. And for skeptics out there, here are some of the bits of proof that Becky is a separate entity and not something that Don is faking or doing himself for views. During an interview, Dawn would write a phrase or a symbol and place it in a sealed envelope amongst others to disguise it. It was then taken and shuffled around and brought back, and Becky came through on the Ovulus and selected the right envelope number and used the word kite, which is what Dawn had drawn. An EVP-style audio captured whispers, breath sounds, and sometimes feminine voices, like in their initial interaction. And blind field trips to places like Cannock Chase and Tudbury Castle, basically in the middle of the woods, where Don was able to name the location that he was standing in, and facts about it with no previous knowledge. Becky also helped lead Dawn to a particularly important spirit at Tudbury Castle, which lent some some new findings as to why it's haunted. And I'm being purposely vague because I want to cover it for a future haunted episode. In an interview with a parapsychologist named Steve Mira, Becky talked to him and Dawn at the same time without any devices, like they heard a disembodied woman's voice in the room that they were sitting in.
What the fuck?
So this demonstrates that Becky is indeed a paranormal member of Dawn's team, but is she who she really claims to be? Becky's claimed biography is that she was once a school teacher, she was a mother of 2 children, and she died in her 30s in either a plane or a train crash in late 1985. But investigators found no records to support this. There was no crash matching details of her name, and there was and like her description, like nothing to indicate that this was a true story, or that there was a teacher that lived in the area or anything named Becky. But again, this is super vague amongst the spectral plane. So, I mean, who really knows? But the absence of this ability to corroborate what Becky says, amongst other investigators, worry that it is not the ghost of a woman, but actually a demon. Becky never explains what she was doing in the Isset household or what she had been doing in the years before she met Dawn. And when Steve Mira heard Becky's voice, he was immediately filled with dread. He said that everything just felt wrong and that it was not something that he had ever seen or felt before. And he often has a hard time explaining it, even when he recounted this event in an episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
What?
Because of the kind of dependent and interpersonal relationship Becky and Dawn built, many paranormal investigators believe that she has possessed him or is currently possessing him, and showed great concern. But despite being presented with this knowledge that they can't corroborate Becky's story, and that she might be some sort of darker spirit, Dawn continues to work with and help other families with her. Dawn could always feel her energy around him, almost like she was walking beside him. Becky claimed that she was unable to pass over after she died, so maybe her interactions with Dawn and the work that they do give her a little bit of purpose, which is why she's latched onto him. And what other ways has has Becky helped Dawn, you might ask? Well, her presence seems to mute or weaken darker energies and spirits, banishing them or forcing them away with her positive energy, which I love. I just picture this, like, I don't know if it's because I'm almost finished Iron Flame, but I just picture Andarna's like little golden energy like amidst everything. So that's what I was picturing when I was doing this research. So I mean, go off, girl. If you're that positive and good, like Glinda the Good Witch or something, and just banishing negative energy, I think that that's super cool. At the Lachine House investigation, during a collaboration with a fellow investigator named Barry Fitzgerald, Becky's presence was part of how they identified the spirit being connected to an Egyptian artifact that they later found within the home. And it was like Becky was able to find the spirit and bring them out to talk to them, letting them know that it was okay. Like, you know, they're cool with spirits here. In another instance, Becky told Dawn to go to Seattle or the Seattle area to assist with a man named Keith Lidner, who was experiencing a surge of paranormal activity in his new home. Becky noted that the location sat on a Native American burial ground, which she believes was what was causing the spiritual disturbances with a new person being in the home. It turned out to actually be true when they dug up certain parts of the yard. They did find various artifacts, but no bones at the time that the interview was conducted. And I wasn't able to find anything on what they found since they've excavated the entire property, but maybe more news will be coming. So she called that out. And the internet seems pretty equally divided on whether Becky is really good or not, and how or why she chose Dawn. Whoever Becky really is, their partnership doesn't hurt Dawn or anyone else, for all anyone knows. And in fact, they continue to help families, and their bond gives his investigations a uniqueness that no other channel has.
I
But
feel
it's
like
definitely interesting.
I feel like even if she is a demon, like clearly she's using her powers, quote unquote, for good. Like people can change.
There can be good demons. I mean,
Yeah,
ask Remy,
people can change. Okay, it's fine. Maybe she's been a demon for the last century and she's like, I want to be fucking good now.
right? Well, I just picture in Buffy the Vampire Slayer with what's her face? She was a demon and then she gets married to Xander and they
Yeah.
have like a
I
whole life
picture
together.
on Lucifer, his like
Mm.
right hand demon. I fucking love that
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. Yeah. So demons can be good sometimes, guys. And I just think it's super interesting. Like I was reading a Reddit rabbit hole of all of this stuff and people are like, "Can we study Dawn like more than just one episode of Unsolved Mysteries about this man needs to exist?" Like
Yeah.
how do more people not know about him? How have more people not followed his and Becky's investigations? Like, there needs to be a show about them, in my opinion. Screw it. Well, I guess there is technically a show about him with his channel. But he still is living a good life. He owns his own production company, and helps launch other paranormal investigators and work with them. Him and his wife are doing well, although I did see on one of his YouTube episodes released quite recently that his wife hasn't been doing very good, which is why there's been kind of like a pause in the amount of videos that he's been making. So I hope that she's okay eventually here. And yeah, definitely go check out his channel. It's linked in my resources for the show as well as the episode of Unsolved Mysteries because you get to hear some of the EVPs of Becky. I couldn't find anything on the Google web to quickly share with Sierra for this episode, but it's definitely spooky. It does sound like almost like a little kid, but maybe that's kind of a distortion between like using voice recorders and stuff because all
Right.
they have to go off of is channels, right? So it's not
Yeah.
always necessarily what they really truly sound like. So that is the story of Dawn and Becky.
I love that. I love that
I know
even
it was
if
short, but I thought
like
it was super cool.
yeah, and I love that like not only like we said bad demons can be good, but also like it seems like Dawn doesn't care if it is
Right?
like he's giving her a chance either way. And so
Mhm.
far she hasn't steered him wrong. So, I love that.
And she helps other people. So I
I
think
feel
that
like
that's
it's such
cool.
a good message.
And she doesn't hurt Dawn. Like Dawn is
Yeah.
married and a dad and like a normal person. It's not like when he's in interviews, he's like all of a sudden possessed. Although
Yeah.
like some clips of him online of like talking about this case distorted and make it seem like he's like
Yeah.
almost behaving possessed. But I think it's like, you know, when you get a surge of energy in your body, like I get this sometimes where I like shiver almost from
Yeah.
adrenaline or anxiety. And that's just like me feeling regular feelings and living life. Dawn, if he's like channeling paranormal energies other than Becky and he's in these like crazy hotspots, what's to say that that's not like what's happening to his body?
Right.
Like he's having a visceral reaction to it. And I like his like the videos that I did watch of his, I really enjoyed because he's not super theatrical about it. Like maybe people think his channel is boring or whatever, but I don't know. I think he's a cool dude. So definitely check it out, guys. Don't get me wrong, I love the theatrics of our beloved Project Fear, but I also love that the fact that they're like real people, and you get clips of them like traveling
Right.
together and just being best friends. Like they're
Yeah.
real people at the end of the day. And as two people who have experienced paranormal stuff in their own lives and homes, it's kind of cool to, I don't know, it's just cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I
I
think it
like it too.
lends a little bit more knowledge into what lies after this life. Ooh, as I'm dressed up like a ghost. And speaking of what lies after this life, Sierra and I are going to go and record an episode of Bitch and Wine. So if you would like more of us, you can come check that out on Patreon. But otherwise, Sierra, what else you got going on? What's new other than the fact that you're looking at me through eye flaps this whole episode?
Yeah, eye flaps. Not much. You know, life is busy. I've been playing a bunch of mahjong. That's what I do now.
Stay tuned, guys, because Sierra, when she's a ghost, she will not be. She's just going to be in your mahjong game,
Yeah.
basically. Is what we're. And if you actually are somebody that listens to the end of all of our episodes and you understand that reference, comment it below of what I meant.
Yeah.
That's my. I'm gonna start doing that as a way to engage people on YouTube and
Mhm.
on Spotify because it helps other people find us. And
Yeah.
what else helps other people find us is 5-star ratings and reviews. So please go and leave that so that I can continue to paint myself white year after year for you. Something exciting and good with me is that I had a safe drive to and from Seattle despite some craziness out there.
How was
And
it?
I will be telling Sierra about that on Bitch and Wine. But it was a lot of
Oh.
fun. That's all I'll say. You guys got to come listen to that. I got to enjoy. It was a cool experience. That's all I'll say. You want to hear about it, I promise. And yeah, go make your ghosty Halloween sangrias. Let us know what you're dressing up as for Halloween, and we will see you next week for Sierra's episode.
Mhm.
Topic to be determined,
Yep.
possibly. Okay. And in the meantime,
Keep it
keep it
twisted.
twisted. As soon as I started doing that, I'm like, she's not going to be able to see what I'm doing. Twisted and Uncorked is hosted and produced by Sierra Zorn and Alecia Watson. If you like the show, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you are listening now. It really is the best way to spread the word. You can check out all things Twisted on our website, twistedanduncorked.com, and we will see you next Tuesday for a brand new episode.